Well, good morning, everybody. And just to make sure that the timer was as close to possible correct time, how do words work? I don't know how to talk when I'm alone, apparently. Old Dingus, he'll be here. He's having issues with his internet, if that's a shock to anyone. So we'll just get this show on the road because I am cool. I'm confident. I can handle this all on my own. And I don't feel like Garth trying to run the show all by himself. You guys ever see that movie Scanners? I think that's what he says. Anyway, good morning. Do not super chat his channel while he's gone. That would be incredibly rude. Just come on over to mine if you're going to do it. We do have some fun stuff to talk about today. I'm actually kind of shocked how many people were really into the Super7 Invincible stuff that we saw yesterday. And I got to admit that render wise, they look good. Well, I mean, they always look good in renders. And maybe they're on like a new path, you know? Maybe this is it. A lot of people seem to like the battle beasts, so we'll see. I think 30, well, let's save it. Let's save it to talk with Mr. Dingleberry himself. We also are going to have a guest a little later on, so stick around. Some fun stuff to show off in that regard. I'm having a really great time. Not classic. Oh my god, I love those movies. First one obviously better than the second one. Second one still has a lot of golden moments in it. I think we've talked about that before on the show, because how can you not be our age and have references to Wayne's World? I long for the day where there's something that hits us the same that those do. And I don't think a new Austin Powers movie is the way to go, but apparently that is in the works. Austin Powers 4, yay! Wasn't that just the Love Guru, basically? Because it was like all the same jokes and a lot of the same people in the roles. That not meaning that Mike Myers plays 10 people, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm co-hosting myself. It's me and Cyclops, I guess. Nah, he'll get here eventually. He may even be texting me, but he forgot that I have a business to run. So he sent me a video. His internet is just circling, and he said he reset his internet. So, oh boy. Oh well. I can tell you he needs to clean his screen on his computer, though. God. Yikes. Number 2 is Rob Lowe. Good morning, everybody. I appreciate you all being here, even if it is just me. Yuck. I think as far as 90s, yeah, it's probably a lot of it is just that we're older and things aren't going to have that first impression on us now because we're older. I got a cat in here. Maple's just being a real turd. A real turd. Pull out your pocket figure. Well, I could never do that. My stream would be canceled. You'd witness it getting canceled in real time, which would be obviously publicly. What am I trying to say? I'd get canceled in real life if you saw that. Although maybe you wouldn't even be able to see it. You know what I mean? Tiny. That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's sad. Humor has changed. That's true. You can't. There were a lot of. Watch old Adam Sandler. By the way, thank you for the $5. I assume that you gave it to me, but what do I know? Yeah, you did. Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Oh no.
Doodly-doo.
Speaking of 90s humor, that's a very Adam Sandler entrance you just did there.
Hello. Hello, Jonathan.
We're talking about 90s humor. Nothing feels quite like Wayne's World. And then the fact that I was like Garth over here just kind of... Still fine.
You were just in the spotlight. You're all
Yeah,
afraid.
the '90s humor has changed because you watch like old Adam Sandler movies and everything was like, "What are you gay? You gay boy? You gay?" And now it's like, well, you say that like it's a bad thing. It's okay for people to be gay. So those jokes are gone.
Well, you know what I miss, John. Here's what we got to bring back. All right,
Tell me.
we got to bring back. Um, like I miss movies about like morons.
Yeah.
Like when was the last movie, like really good movie about like a moron?
Oh, good movie.
Yeah, like Billy Madison or Dumb and Dumber or even like
Dinner with
Steve Martin
Schmucks.
like The Jerk, like just a movie about just like an idiot,
Well, there's a new movie. Hold on. I'm going to look it up. IMDb.
A
I
new
know
movie.
I know one of the actors in it is David Spade, which is like not a good start because he's just kind of not as, he's not making A+ movies anymore. But let's see. What's he in
David
these
Spade.
days? David Spade. Yes. Oh, I see. Bus Boys. The movie
I never
called
heard of
Bus
it.
Boys with Theo Vaughn, which immediately made me say I don't want to watch it.
Ugh, Theo Von sucks.
Yeah. So I just see the image. I don't know what it's on, Apple TV or Netflix or something, but it just pops up with their two faces, and I'm like, nope. But that's a movie about idiots.
Yeah,
And so when you said
everybody's saying Bus Boys.
last good movie about idiots, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I miss movies about like just complete idiots. Like there's nothing that deep about it, you know.
Oh,
There's
look at.
nothing.
I hope people are just saying. I know Devin Decker has better taste in this, so he's probably just because of his knowledge, he's going Bus Boys. That's what you're looking for. I don't know if Dems won.
No, aren't they trying
I
to tell
think they're
you?
just trying to help me.
Aren't they just trying to help you?
It's on Hulu, which is also a red flag, right?
Uh-oh, where'd the
Um,
sound go? Are we having
yeah,
sound issues?
I gotta assume that they're just trying to help. So,
Oh,
Deli Boys. I think I may have talked about this like many months ago when I was watching that. I think that is, I think that's actually a Hulu series. But Deli Boys is really good, and that's kind of like two idiots that end up in like a crime situation, heavy crime situation.
Deli Boys? Are we having sound issues, by the way? Because a few people are mentioning sound.
Hatter broke the sound. It says, I don't know. Who can you not hear?
John, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, and I hear you fine.
No sound, guys.
The fuck? Is there
Mm.
anyone that can hear us?
What if I go to YouTube and witness it for myself? It says no audio in yours, which doesn't make sense because I
All
can
right, let
hear
me
you.
leave and I'll come back.
This is great. I can hear you even on the restream. Or like I'm watching playback and I can hear both of us. So I don't know what the just come back. Just come back. It's clearly not you. Just put yourself back in. I don't know what it is. I went to YouTube and that whole segment where we're like, can't we hear we're not, and it was fine. So I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, that was just a Fugazi?
A Fugazi. People can just refresh their browser and probably be fine.
Ugh, dude, you know what? Now I'm just annoyed for the whole morning. Can you
Maybe
check
it was. You
your
know what?
thing before? Ugh.
It's just people having a good time. Yeah, gaslighting us. They're just
Yeah.
thinking they're being little silly
This is a
boys.
gaslighting. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah. These are the people that you have to go. All right, did you turn it off and then turn it back on?
John, you were a Geek Squad guy for a while, right?
But not the computer side. I was Geek Squad for automotive, installing car stereos and stuff, and I hated it.
Geek Squad installs car stereos?
Yeah, they switched at some point for like the sake of branding. It went from like Best Buy Auto Techs or whatever to part of the Geek Squad.
The sake of Brandon Gash?
For the sake of branding Gash, they decided to merge it all, including the home theater installation people also became Geek Squad. It's whatever, man.
I see.
They spent
Did
all
you
that
say
money
hello
on.
to our lovely chat?
I did. I didn't. I mean, I brought up a couple of things, but I didn't call people out one at a time.
Oh. John, what's happening today? What are we doing? What are we talking about? Don't we have a guest, John?
We do. We will in a little while. But before we get to that, because Jesus Christ, it's been 11 minutes already.
Yes.
Brother.
Yes.
Hey, brother. Could you just show up on time?
Let's not leave people wanting. Yes, I do have I will be getting the Ninja Turtles license in 2027.
That's right.
We did want to talk about that. I can't say too much. John, let's pretend I'm on a panel. Let's do you ask me some questions, or maybe pull some questions, and I'll pretend I'm doing a panel like Jada and Playmates. You know how they answer questions real well. Talking to nobody now. And here I'm doing the Ian Malcolm, and now she jumped out of the car, and that's chaos theory.
And I'm talking to myself.
And I'm talking to myself here.
Water down your hand.
Okay.
Okay.
What are the intricacies of the hairline? Yes. So I will be. I am going to be taking over the Ninja Turtles license. I will take questions. You there? Yes. What question about the Ninja Turtles license that I will be taking over?
Yes. Earlier yesterday, you stated that you would be making 1-to-1 scale 1987 cartoon Turtles. Okay. And then there was going to be a mini Krang that you would overproduce and blah, 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 blah. But for the 1-to-1 scale, most people seem to be asking and inquiring about expanding that line. Will it be going beyond just the Turtles, a Shredder, a Splinter? A lot of people are looking for an April variants, bikini episode. What can you say for that?
Yeah. We have some plans. We can't really discuss. Can't really talk about them right now, but we do have some fun things in the works. Next question.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. By the way, that's every panel. So every panel at Comic-Con is that.
Nobody wanted to ask you anything.
Yeah, we went to the Playmates we went to the Jada panel.
Oh,
and we were like laughing. We were like laughing in the back because like there were 20 people that were doing questions. And they'd be like, hey, so I really like Invincible. Are you planning on going into season 1 or whatever? And it's like, I mean, yeah, we can't really answer that. But it's something we're thinking about. Hey, toy companies, don't do panels. Don't do panel questions.
Yeah.
You have zero information. You look bored up there. Dude, John, you and I would probably run a fun panel, but
yes.
Most of these panels fucking suck.
Yes. Yeah, Jada's was like, I have no problems with June. He's not an energetic person. He's like a dry humor guy.
Yes.
So like you didn't really get much out of that, him answering questions, but the Playmates from last year had to be worse. It was
what a disaster.
Because it didn't matter what it was about. Power Rangers, an ad, a figure, a future, this, that. Will you do this or do that? And it was just, just stay tuned. All we could say is wait and see.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what the fuck was this? This was 10 minutes of people asking questions.
Your panels suck.
just direct people and say, like, these are the kind of questions we can answer. So if you want to focus on that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
we'll be happy to talk about it. I guess they were just wanting to say, like, well, there was even a question was like, do you personally have anything that you would like to see? And it's just like, oh yeah, there's plenty of stuff that I'd like to see, but you just have to stay tuned and hope that we can do them. It's like, can't you just be disconnected for a moment?
Yeah, can you be connected as a human? Yeah, one of the I remember one of the questions was about hey, can you do Power Stone? I like Power Stone. Can you ever think about doing Power Stone as a property, as a action figure property? So like and then the answer was like, yeah, we don't know. We don't know. It's like, can you maybe say like, because I knew that they knew what Power Stone was. Can you maybe just be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I did. I used to love that game. As that's in it. It's got such a fun cast of characters. We don't know. I mean, maybe that's something I pursue, or I don't know if I pursue. Like, can you be like a human? Like, have like human attributes and things like that. That would be nice. It's the Playmates one was the worst.
Yeah.
Okay. I swear, if somebody went up to him and said, "Hey, just a big fan of Playmates. There's a lot of sandwiches in the commissary. What's your favorite sandwich?" Yeah, I don't know. We can't really.
Lunch comes a little bit later today. You'll just have to come by and see what I eat.
No. I know. But like, I personally like turkey sandwiches. Like, do you like a delicious turkey sandwich?
There are a lot of sandwich options out there, and all we can say is just stay tuned.
No, I get it. But this really doesn't have anything to do with the company. I'm just saying, like, all right, like when you eat a sandwich, do you like mustard? You like to put some mustard on the sandwich, or are you like a ketchup guy, or do you like to do them both? Like, what's like a condiment you put on the sandwich?
We don't have a lot of time. The next person.
Okay, let me ask this then. I'll be waiting for you outside.
Hey,
so
I got a question.
Do you want to get kicked in the nuts or punched in the face? Which one?
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
How about kicked in the nuts and punched in the face? Let's do that. I'll see you outside. That's what I want to say to them. John, let's talk about Invincible.
We do. Our guest is here. He's a little early, so we're gonna have to unfortunately let him just snack on some things in the green room. Don't take the CBD stuff that's in there. That's all recalled. That was an old sponsor, but there is a recall on that, and I think there may be legal issues in some states, so we can no longer.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, just don't let us know, I guess, if you took it.
Yeah.
The side effects for the recall are explosive diarrhea, which is pretty on brand for everything right now.
John, how funny would it be if, like, you could see him in the little window, if he's just tweaking out, like he's just like going like he's getting crazier and crazier. And,
yeah,
like, we're getting so nervous.
Look, we're running out of time. Let's talk about these stupid things.
John, okay, I'm going into this with zero knowledge. I only saw the thumbnail. I didn't even know these existed.
Yeah. We found out yesterday.
Trying to get the Ninja Turtle line started.
Oh my God, it's so like. All right, I just got to share my thoughts because they've been bottled up a little bit yesterday, even though I didn't make a story about it. That's not enough.
Nope.
It was a non-verbal story. Look, I'm excited for the possibilities of this. Their articulation appears to be higher. We got double jointed things. We got like a torso thing. There's double jointed knees. Like, it seems like there's potential.
Okay.
For these. Renders always look good for Super7 because you have great artists, great sculptors and painters, and everybody on that side are very talented folks. We know because Brandon Gash was one of those people. We have talented people making these things. It's just when they hand it over to the factory, there's nobody there to like make sure it looks like this when it comes out. So that's my number one concern. Number two is the fact that right there on the sticker, it says 7-inch scale, fully articulated with accessory. So you see
with
100%, well, 95% of the figure is visible right now. And then there's a 5% that's hidden. One accessory, we don't know what that is. So you only get punching hands, and then I don't know, is there like what would his accessory be? An alternate head, or would it be one extra hand?
Uh, well, hold on. Are limbs an accessory?
I don't know if they're doing the Hasbro thing where they with the Archangel, where they said comes with 10 accessories, but they counted the head and the hands and the wings that were already on the body.
Okay, well that's I don't limbs should not be an accessory. Extra hands should not be if you're saying with accessory. That's a weird thing anyway. With accessory, one accessory, that's the thing.
Yeah, I just wouldn't even put that sticker up there.
Yeah.
Maybe the art direction here was kind of like, fuck these guys. They're only letting us do one accessory. I'm going to put that shit on the sticker.
I can't highlight shit, but Dust Tape said the accessory is the package. You know what? I wouldn't throw it past that. These look good though, but yeah, it's a
Yeah.
render, obviously.
No close-ups of these two for some reason, which I don't know why you wouldn't let us see these two close up, but
Ryan Flynn's like, yeah, no close-ups of those because
yeah,
I mean, but they
it's
look. I don't know. They look good.
they do look good. I think these are supposed to be more comic than cartoon, but like, obviously they'll go in line with the Battle Beast, which I know some people liked, but the fact that these are labeled as deluxe, which of course is their less than ultimates. Ultimates are their big fully
Right.
package, $65 plus figures.
So
These
will
are
there be an Ultimates version of this, or is this just going straight to deluxe?
I assume straight to deluxe. These are $30, which is a good price point,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it comes with one accessory. So like $30 for one of these that historically does not have a lot of like weight behind it to say that these are going to be like great items.
Yeah.
Or $30 for these, and we already have 3 waves promised.
Yeah.
And they
I
come with
honestly just think
7
it's
accessories in this box. Effect pieces, alternate head, alternate hands.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. At this point, it's the company because like those renders look just as good as anything Jada's doing.
Yeah.
But it's just like I have so little faith with Super 7. It's just like it's such a like if you showed me those renders, but you were like Jada's doing these, I'd be like, all right, let's because I don't know. There's something about like you have faith that it's going to come out good and it's going to have all the things and to me these don't have to be loaded with accessories. I'm just very fearful of like their output.
Yeah. I mean, it's purely well, let's say this too. Like if you think about Super 7 being a 7-inch scale versus these being like a 6-inch scale, this also just works for a lot more people because people want to mix it in with their other thing. We see it all the time when a new line that's never had figures comes out. Maybe it's like a third party thing or it's just a one-off figure, and then the number one question is like, what does it scale with? Because I want to put it with XYZ. And it's like, okay, I mean, all right. So there's a lot of people are not comfortable with like having different scales. So I don't know how that helps Super 7,
Right.
but the fact that they're $30 each. You can go one cover or the other, get $30, and then the value just isn't there.
Yeah. I didn't really like the face on their Battle Beast when I saw it up close.
Yeah.
So tis what it is. I do want to just plus in right here. We got Toka that Razor keeping the lights on. Always. With the wow, very generous $20 super chat. Thank you, buddy. And let's just see all the lucky members right here just perusing. But who's the luckiest? Who's the luckiest, man? They're all lucky, John. I mean, lucky to be here, lucky to I'm doing an on the shelf review that I actually have 3 on the shelf reviews. I just been behind, so I might just publish them all. But on the shelf review, I just go up. If you don't know, you become a member. You see an on the shelf review. I just go into Target. I see something, I review right there, obnoxiously. Okay, everybody's around trying to just have a fun day, and then there's me, and I'm going like I'm there with my camera, going, "Hey, this gizmo sucks, and here's why, and this and that." So become a member.
Gizmo.
of the channel, and support my my Coke habit.
Were you saying
But yes.
Gizmo from Gremlins or like a contraption?
Well, in this one, it was Gizmo from Gremlins, but good,
That's concerning.
good asking. Dust Tapes say, okay, what could Super7 do to win everyone? John, that's actually not a bad question. Dust Tapes has some good comments there. What is a I know something that they can do that they can do immediately. But do you want to opine on that, or do you have anything like resonating? That is the clear answer. It's probably
The clear answer is Brian Flynn just not running the show.
right.
It's just as simple as that.
That's the number one thing. I come in, you come in, we're the Bobs. Brian Flynn, GTFO. Then you get the dead weight out of there, and then you talk. You go, okay.
Yeah.
We
have a promise to the consumers that what you see is what you get. Meaning that this, obviously there's always slight things may change during production or whatever, but ultimately customers will see this detail with paint and everything in the mouth and all that stuff and get something that truly resembles the render when you buy it versus getting like a wax shiny looking like cake topper.
A cake topper. Yes, I like cake topper. By the way, we have I love Badass Reviews. First of all, follow Badass Reviews. Okay, they have From the Realm Kickstarter that is happening right now that we have to talk to these gentlemen about. But I do love this idea. Let's swap men for companies just to talk. Put Brian on Jada and June on Super7. That's actually an interesting idea for it's like a show. Like you bring these different guys, and then does Jada just immediately crumble? Like what happens if that swap happens?
Yeah, that's interesting. Will the people at Jada be like too? Oh no, we hear what you're saying, Brian, but sorry, that's a really bad. If he has like a lot of no sirs versus yes men.
Yeah, he seems to me like he likes sort of like a unilateral like loyalty. So I don't know. But that's a great point. And yes, we're going to talk about Badass Reviews. I do want to talk to them at some point with Carlos about the From the Realm Kickstarter, which looks really, really good and has some awesome shit because we got to support independent toys. Brian Brink right here. Brian Brink, Master of Charts. Super Chat, $4.99. Thank you, sir. Can you believe that we won't have to support Super7 much longer? Really just need to finish Berserkers and Lunatics, and we got, dude, Brian, I am waiting. I want those teams. John is sick of hearing me talk about like this part of Thundercats, but John can't control me. Okay, so I'm going to talk about it, John. Okay,
you have a button right here, though.
You do. Yeah, dude. I will give this to Super7. I will give them this. Although their Thundercats proper leave a lot to be desired, no one took the ball running in terms of like character selection more than them with Thundercats, other than
Super7 is the person listening to Rocky go, it's not about how hard you get hit. It's about getting knocked down and getting back up again. You fell over and over, basically.
Brian, you gotta
failure.
Throw in the towel. You're making no money, Brian. No, I just want to get the Lunatics out. I just the Thundercats fan. Brian, the company's over. It's done. You shut down your stores, close it up. No, I can do it. Yeah, look, I gotta give them that. They ran this pretty hard. You got a lot of characters that nobody wants to touch, Most companies, they do 3 Thundercats, and they're like, I think we'll call it a day. I think we're done. Wait, just Chitara, and then we're done. Yeah, I think we're good.
Wow. Yeah, that seems to be wrapping it up nice and tight and a little bow. This is the Super 7 experience.
Yes.
So I appreciate you going off on a little tangent, buddy.
Yeah,
but we got a guest.
A super chat that you plussed in, John. Right?
We do have a guest. Okay. What did you do?
Oh, hold on, we got to talk about this super chat. 199 USD. Not releasing battle damage head sculpt for Mark is an L, John. From Rich.
What?
From Rich 575.
Oh,
that is
an L. That is an L, but that's an opportunity to maybe the one accessory is just a bloody head and then the rest of the body's fine, or maybe they just do another repaint with one accessory down the road.
That's true. I think we could do a second Thunder Tank. They don't want a second Thunder Tank, Brian. Give it up. Stop it. I think we can do 2 Thunder Tanks. All right, John, I'll let you go.
Wow. That was pretty intense. All right. Well, maybe you've heard of Otherworld Arsenal. I talked about, I did a full review, and I talked about it, but I also did a full review. So I talked and showed you a console with a screen that was built from the ground up. But even in the video, I think I've talked about the amount of time and the struggles it took to get that stuff to work properly from a developer side with that screen and the images that animate on there, and you can like touch the screen to change it. Anyway, this is Alan, the master of Otherworld Arsenal, as he's got Alan. A shirt on, just so you know for sure.
Well, hello.
He's wearing his own band shirt.
It's true. Am I going to get kicked out for wearing my own band shirt?
You don't wear your own band shirt. You're not Metallica. You show up with a Metallica shirt. What?
I'm being that guy.
Yeah. It's all right. The amount of people we saw at San Diego Comic-Con with their own like channel on their shirt was a little...
You got to try to self-promote. And speaking of which, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming on. I had the pleasure of seeing the thing we're going to be talking about today in person at IshCon quite a few months ago.
Yep.
And dude, the amount of work that I just looking at that as a creator, knowing the amount of work that you had to put in behind that is got to be absolutely insane. It's people are going to be excited to see this. So if you want to screen share, or if you got some stuff to show off on your end,
sure, I can actually swap cameras over here.
Even better.
Whoa.
See if this works.
That's like the future.
Oh,
you son of a bitch!
That was the selling point. That's how we got. Yeah.
And this is live. So you got actual flip over in there. Don't let me think,
Alan, you fucking know how to grease the wheels, buddy.
I'm trying, man.
Right away, you've endeared me to this whole setup, which you didn't have to do because it's awesome anyway. But please continue.
Yeah, so this is my new sector system. Is what I'm calling it. It is a modular diorama system. So you're looking at, if I smooth the camera over here a little bit, you've got a few different walls. You've got an armory wall, which is the most popular one. It has pegs all over it. And excuse me, Frank, the pegs are sized to where backpacks will fit right in. So, anything from Valaverse to Skeletron and G.I. Joe, those peg sizes are pretty uniform. And all of these little accessories that I've got on here, this weapons rack, this bucket, all this kind of stuff just slides right in and out. It stays in there pretty well. So you just gotta, show off the little pegs here. And so this is just a little, let me try to get it in the middle here. Sorry, reversing there. You've just got a little shelf there. You've got all sorts of different peg sizes. I've got some that are up here that can like hold helmets or head sculpts. So just like that, and they can go anywhere. And so kind of one of the things that I'm showing here is that oddly shaped weapons that might not fit in the weapons rack can go on there. But the thing that's cool about this is of course, as you're seeing up there, maybe I'm burying the lead a little bit, is that this is lit. It has RGB lights that I
Oh.
built into it.
Oh, so not just lit in the sense that like the kids would say 10 years ago.
Yeah, I thought you were saying like this should be lit.
Something like that. So, you know, you got your yellow alert. I had a green one on there, like maybe a kind of a scanning thing. You've got to, of course, have your red alert. I've got this like power outage one where it kind of slowly moves back and forth in a dim light. I had a little fun with the purple and blue. Camera has a hard time picking that up, but then I also went crazy and did a rainbow color there, of course. And this is brightness controllable. I've got a rather nice remote that I packaged with it. If I can knock my camera over there a little bit. There we go. But it comes with the remote. It comes with a power supply, everything you need to get going. And everything just magnetically attaches to each other. So just, you know, wanted to make this easy and modular. And one of the things that I'm showing off up here, if you see, is that is one of the floors put up as like a second floor. And so I even wanted to make sure that I had, like, as you can see, some detail there on the underside, just to make it so, you know, it's a little bit more in world, you know, you kind of see some conduit and some stuff going on there. So yeah.
And you mentioned that all the pieces connect magnets, but aren't the since there's all these electronics in there, isn't it also a very simple connection for the electronics?
Yeah, so it's the same thing. Magnetically carried, you know, power and data signal goes between each wall real well. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to my other camera because I can show that off a little bit better.
There we go.
So this is the side of the armory wall, for example, and I made sure to like put some fun detail, you know, some greebling and stuff like that. But essentially, the power and data are carried via this little port right here. So you don't have to worry about, you know, plugging everything into each other. And if I just, you know, snag one of this is a standard wall, they just snap together that easy. And power and data, like it's hot connecting. So you don't have to, you know, unplug everything, plug it back in, anything like that. It just pow, gets right up in there. And I guess the other thing I should probably show off is this little guy. So this is the device, as I call it. This little guy controls the entire thing. So there is an actual chip in there. So you've got some venting, which are real and functional, USB-C powered. And this is paired with the remote that comes with it. And this little guy, like I tried to make him look in world, you know, make it look like you could have a dude standing on it, or it's got some handles. You could have somebody, you know, carrying it or something like that. This little thing just magnetically attaches to the end. And poof, this provides all the data and power. You do plug it into the wall. I am kind of anti-battery, notoriously. I don't like things with batteries because of the fact that, you know, you never use them or you worry about them corroding or something. So the whole thing is just
holy shit.
It's just a completely modular system. So this is the other primary wall. This is like, I call it the support wall. And the other thing that I did is you can see here, there's this little mouse hole. And this allows you to run a USB cable, as you were seeing earlier, to like the command console or any other future stuff from Otherworld Arsenal.
Dude, it's, I mean, I gave you high praise in person. So now that it's public, I'm not going to say anything. I just want to open it up so that you can hear some new things, maybe from Haver, but a rough recap of what I said to you in person was just like it's dummy proof. It's exceptionally well made and thought out from literally bottom to top, like with the floor piece, and the fact that like there's no real dead section of any of that feels out of place. Everything can be in a shot and not be like, oh, but that's the backside of a NECA sewer, you know. It's like everything is complete. And looking at it there in real life and then and recapping here in this video, it looks like something with all those connections and stuff that was mass produced by like a team of 10 people engineering it and then coming from some manufacturing process.
But I appreciate that. Nope. Just this one idiot right here.
Hey, we can relate. Now you're relatable. Calling yourself an idiot.
You know, I did the command console was my first big product, and that took me forever. So that's not in my wheelhouse. I had to, learn to, do the electronics, do the coding, do the motion graphics that are on it and everything like that. And I was like, I want to do something a little bit easier that I can get out quicker. And for whatever reason, I thought doing a whole modular diorama system was going to be easy. And again, I'm kind of an idiot, so I wouldn't let it go. And I just,
yeah,
put out this whole freaking system. And the thing that I'm excited about with it is where it's going to go in the future.
Yeah.
So when I say system, I mean that like all the connection points are standardized, all the sizing is standardized, and so I am working on bringing more stuff out for this. I want this to be like, evergreen, as they say, if I can use like corporate jargon, to where I can. One of the things that I know that I need to work on right now is doorways. I don't have doorways, and everybody wants to have like a cool, whether it's like a jail cell entrance or something to cordon off your armory or something. So I'm working on doorways, and I also need to work on stairs because you can stack it upwards. So I do have on the top, there's some little vent points. These the LCDs that are in here, man, they generate barely no heat, but you don't want to trap heat. So, but as you can see, I've got magnets on the top, so you can build up, do multiple floors. As a matter of fact, I did a unit that was featuring Skeletron stuff. I'm friends with Ben, and I did a huge like hangar for the Robo Skull ship, and I had all sorts of stuff happening around and on like 2 separate floors and things. And so, yeah, the idea is I just we'll keep putting out stuff over time, just add to it.
Yeah, that's great, and the fact that you consider that from the get-go. The stairs will be huge. I think you could have like even sections where like there's a 1 floor option that has like a cutout so people could climb ladders up to the above floor. That still feels very much of that kind of world. These could become like the interiors of a ship of some sort. So I don't know if there's like options for that where like maybe you consider LCD windows that look like space or outside or whatever. So if you have like these little windows in sections or bigger ones, whatever, you could do like you did with the console and have like where you just tap and hold a screen maybe, or just use the remote and switch to different environments. That would be
I have a huge list of ideas and stuff that I want to work on. I need to get faster. It would be great if I had like, this huge catalog of stuff, but I have a huge catalog of things that I want to have in a catalog. And things like that are definitely part of it. I am working on what I call like some special effect walls. And I'm not really saying anything about them because I don't want to make promises and, should I come to like a technical hurdle that I can't overcome, but definitely some things like that. Walls that will have more electronics integrated and do some really cool stuff. Some of them are going to be pretty wild. If I'm able to pull them off, it'll just be awesome. And people will be able to have a lot of fun with it. And, my whole thing has been kind of trying to bring the world that the action figures that we love to collect kind of to life, give it a little bit more, interactivity, with the command console, having the animations playing and things. I want to do something kind of similar with, the sector system and those special effect walls. So, putting a screen in a wall is definitely a thing that would be at this point easier for me to accomplish now that I've done all that work.
Yeah. Well, we had some good chats, a lot of praise in the chats, but some fun ideas. People want to use it for like a Technodrome, which now it's like, oh, that's like so close. It just needs that big Dimension X portal. And then
I've heard one thing that I didn't expect was with this one, like a danger room sort of.
Somebody else said that. And that has me like, ooh, oh yeah. Because then you can start making like attachments for like arms with drills or whatever.
Yep.
Dude, the chat seems to really be on board with what you're doing. A lot of praise from the chat. I will say, man, I am wildly impressed. John really did not give me any context.
Yeah.
When he was bringing you on, I was coming into this like, okay, I let's see like what this is. So I'm learning about this in the moment. This is wildly impressive, dude.
Thanks,
This
man.
is, like,
I appreciate that.
love the look and simplicity of it, and how clean it is, and just the, for, let's say, lo-fi people like me that are not like, I can't, I'm not someone that, gets in there and DIYs and all that. So, dude, this is pretty fucking phenomenal.
Thanks,
Especially
man.
right out the gate with all of this shit. And I think the chat seems to agree. It's pretty damn impressive, man.
Well, I did not know what the reception was going to be, honestly. I did go through a phase that I call the ugly phase with it, where it was like I was so close to the project, I didn't know if it was going to be cool. And I kind of finally got everything printed out and at least a semi-functional form early on. And I put it all together and I was like, okay, I think it's neat. Whew, I was like worried that it was just going to look awful.
Yeah.
But IshCon was my first convention that I showed up to, and, kind of as a vendor selling my wares. And I was worried it was going to be too early because I only had, kind of 2 things. But man, the reception was so good. My wife went with me and she was an awesome salesperson. And so much better at like talking to people. I'll be honest, at one point I was talking to somebody and she like made a sale and I was helping, I was, so happy for this person that they had bought something of mine that she had to tell me to take his money, and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, I guess I need to do that, don't I? But yeah, so, it was kind of fun. Everybody, the reception, like I said, was just so good that I went on the urging of one of my other buddies, said, hey, you need to reach out to conventions, even if you think they're all going to be full, and, try to get more spots if that's what you want to do. And so I did that with Joe Fest. I managed to get a booth like 2 weeks before the show, which was just crazy.
Wow.
And again, I'm trying to get this out there in front of people because the reception that people have, people would stop in their tracks. They would get all the way past my booth and, breakneck sort of a thing, and then come back and check things out. And it was just like, oh, I gotcha. Let's reel this one in. But it was so fun. So at this point,
this is great. I'm looking at your site right now, and you have like the different bundles.
Yep.
Like connecting floor, connecting wall. You can kind of customize this. I guess you got like a big baller bundle, like the elite bundle that looks like it comes with. I mean,
yeah, the elite bundle is about 36 inches long.
Okay.
Let me pull up the site here. So
yeah, I'm just looking at it on my phone, which is probably not the
crazy. Talk about lo-fi. It doesn't even share with his audience.
Whoopsie.
Let's go.
So one of these days, I am literally going to make that dragon. My logo is fully 3D modeled and rigged. And that I thought it was a cool look, showing that off. I'm going to try to make him at some point. But
are you saying that this dragon is going to be better than the Mythic Legion's dragon? You're competing with the 4 Horsemen? That's a little brazen, Alan.
I will have many, many years of effort and certainly stand on their shoulders if I actually get around to
it. So yes, the site is in the comments. It's pinned as well. Just share it again. But this is, if you go there now, you can see all the stuff. The command console I did go over on my channel. So if you want to see that thing in person and how it, well, not in person, but how it functions and like fully compared with different figures for scale, it works for a lot of things. The Ninja Turtle stuff really was a fun pairing, because it does kind of have that
things like that
look
that I didn't even really think about when I was kind of putting it together. I do try to design. I don't want to go too specific into a property. Like you could put white ovals, and suddenly it's Star Wars, you know?
Yeah.
I tried to make this to where this could be, you know, flexible and fit in with a number of different, you know, kind of properties. I've even heard He-Man. Somebody told me that, you know, like if I made a command console in purple or orange, you know, it would be perfect for Transformers. So that was another idea that I got added to the catalog. But yeah, that is an armory wall that you're looking at right there. And that is all of the accessories that it comes with. So it comes with multiple size buckets, shelves, rifle racks. I'll be honest, those rifle racks kicked my butt when I was trying to design them. I think I was at close to 20 different iterations trying to get it to where it will hold the majority of rifles that I could find.
Right.
There's parts in different places on all of them. You know, you've got a slide sometimes that sticks out. And so, yeah, it works pretty well. It's not going to fit everything, but then that's why you have the pegs. So you can put your larger, more elaborate pieces. You can use those pegs and they can kind of slide in and out.
Yeah.
You know, to fit things. And they don't all have to point up either. You know, with those sides, you can kind of put one on a top if you've got something that's oddly shaped that you need to help, you know, hold it up on the wall.
Yeah, it's like I just can't say enough like how well this stuff is thought out. When thinking of all the different ways these parts can be used, like you said, with all the floor underneath is fully designed. You have these corner pieces to connect stuff, and then everything just snaps together, and it's just so like dummy proof that it's incredible, and it really does work with a lot of stuff.
I tried, and really the magnets honestly help with the dummy proof. You know, you're not really going to be able to get the polarity on the power and data because of the fact that the polarity on the magnets are going to push that away. You know, so it's kind of hard to even, you know, put it together incorrectly.
Dude, this is so cool. I want that command console. Oh my God. Alan, the fuck, dude. I don't want to spend money today. This is gonna be a money-free day, you fucking guy. Wow, man.
So there you do see the device
pack, like just the like that whole thing.
Yep. So you do see the device plugging in there. And one of the things that I did want to do is I wanted to make the walls so if you're seeing the side of the wall, it doesn't just, you know, look like a flat piece. I wanted to make it look like there's something happening inside the walls, you know?
Yeah.
So yes, this is the Elite bundle. This is the big guy. You can get it with a command console or without. If you do get it with the command console, it is at a discounted, like that's the cheapest way you're going to get it. And yeah, all the bundles are discounted, and the discount does scale up as you get larger. But you know, I've got all of the parts available individually if you wanted to kind of build your own thing. You know, I've had some people start off with like a corner bundle and then go through and add, you know, something almost like this. Well, they'll add, you know, like a connecting wall. And then they'll add a different wall on top of it, add a couple of floors. And that's exactly, you know, the use case that I was going for, you know. I wanted it
Alan,
to be
do you think my dinner table, Bat Freak is saying my dinner table would look great with one of these? Like, do you think this would liven up my dinner table?
I think it will fit into any decor. I think this is fully wife approved, being that my wife helped me with, you know, the sales and everything. I'm sure she would come in and give a ringing endorsement to put it in your living room, proudly placed upon your mantle if you want it.
I love that. Let's bring in Brandon. Oh, I like that John put himself on the bottom so it covers his face. $5 USD from Brandon Gash. Okay, you got high praise from some fucking artists, fabulous artists here. This setup is truly wild and beyond badass. Makes me feel lazy about how I'm going about my own custom TMNT dials. Lol, you're inspiring Taraxis. Okay,
well, so I appreciate that, Brandon. That is high praise from him. Thank you.
And high praise with money. I like, Alan, I like when high praise comes with money because I'm going to need money now. Alan, are there any streamer discounts that you get for this? They're like a special like streamer site with all the suite discounts, or is that like for the future kind of thing?
That's only for the super big guns like Johnny, you know.
Whoa.
I like the way he said that.
Dude, this is it's pretty fucking impressive, man. I gotta say. Like,
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
This.
I know that you wouldn't hold back if you were like, you know.
I mean, I have a hard time faking it, you know. So
Yeah.
you know, I'd probably just be polite, or be silent. But this is pretty fun. I mean, you know that this is hot shit. I mean, you've gone through enough iterations to know, you know, like that. I think that this is and I love that this can, like what you and John were saying, that this can fit with a lot of different. You know, Perry Slocum was talking about Cosmic Legions. I immediately think of like Cosmic Legions.
Yeah.
I like that. But it goes with so many different, you know, it's like a very universal piece. No, it's great, dude. Fuck,
Thanks, man. Yeah, so you know, looking at the floors there, I did try to put like some greeblies all kind of around it, you know, and then again on the underside, you've got, you know, the some conduit and stuff like that. This is an early piece, so there's some extra holes that aren't filled in here, but this is, you know, kind of an early one.
Hatter has extra holes that don't get filled as well.
I do.
Sometimes they get filled.
But yeah, so I mean, there are magnets on the top and bottom, so the wall pieces will kind of naturally, you know, plop in place there where you should go. You can actually see them a little bit through those vents there. But yeah, man. So it's everything has come together really, really well. And the reception is just, you know, it makes me so happy because I did put a ton of work into this. And yet, honestly, I never know. Like I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'll even sell any, you know, but that's why we started off with a local convention, and you know, it was just awesome at multiple points throughout, you know, whether it was IshCon or Joe Fest, I had huge crowds around the booth, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
So this is definitely the kind of thing that if I had seen it on like a booth tour, I'd be like, I'd plant myself there because you go to these cons, and I would say that usually 60% of them is just like, I don't know, no offense, but just like whatever stuff. But this one is, I think the benefit of dioramas are when they're not too specific, but you can kind of like roll them into like other things. And it just looks so fucking, everybody in the chat now is like, I think they're seeing it and they're going like, oh, I can put this in here and I could put that. Some people are saying, this is a good question. Would you do something that is more akin to the like 1/6 scale, you know, or I mean that's a big ask, but like, you know, that'll be a huge piece. But people honestly,
I've had more people ask for like, you know, shrinking down the command console to do 1/18.
Oh, 1/18, yeah.
You know,
like a Joy Toy.
Yeah, exactly. I think most of the sector system will work kind of natively with 1/18 all the way up to like a 1/10 or a 1/9 even. Like I put some pretty big things in here. Like I said, it's I think the walls are about 10 inches by 10 inches. Yeah. And so, you know, that gives a lot of room to move. You know, one of the pictures John pulled up, I did have like, you know, some gigantic, like there was a Zesray Rhino and some other really large guys. And I think it's kind of cool because it helps if you've got smaller guys next to him in there, you kind of would really see the way that they might hunch over, you know, in a building or something like that. But
yeah, no, I noticed some of the accessories, and those guys are huge. So
yeah,
that's already, you're getting close to 1/6 scale with one of those.
That would be a really expensive printer to make some of that.
Yeah, that's let's focus on this first. 1/6 shooter saying this looks great. Saw a while back ago. I'd love to see some doors. You got Zakanan saying, I witnessed Miss Tyraxis at work. She made whoa.
Why is he going to her work?
Whoa.
Zakanan is a friend, and he did come out to IshCon and Joe Fest.
He went to her work and watched her.
Yeah,
Zakanan might want. I mean, you might want to.
I might want to pay attention to that, huh?
It's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You'll
the blinds closed.
Pickle D, by the way, another fabulous diorama maker. Okay. Technically on the Flipboard team, even though he does not want to be. But with the €5.99, I will throw all my Dio stuff away. This is awesome. No, Pickle D, you don't. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Alan. Like Pickle D, he's not competition because he doesn't want to make these for sale. You know, he likes to. I think John and I found out that he's like a secret billionaire, so he just like wants to make stuff just to make stuff. So Pickle D, there really is no competition. There's no, you can admire fellow artists, can admire fellow artists. So that's high praise. And then speaking of another fellow artist, we got a lot of artists on this channel, just so you know, Alan. Okay, $10 from Sebastian Gomez. It's another brilliant dude right here, even though his personality does need a lot of work, but 10 USD. His money is great. Alan, I recently watched On Light and Magic by ILM on Disney Plus. This showcase by you had given me the same inspiring feeling. My question is, did anything inspire you to take this on? Amazing work, man. Well, that's a great question. Alan, you should first give him the I don't know if you were paying attention, but the Playmates answer, where you really don't give an answer, and then you should give them the real answer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We can't really speak to too much detail on that at this point, but you'll like what's to come.
You can't even tell us your inspiration. Wow, that's all right.
No, I don't know, man. Honestly, I make this stuff kind of for myself. If I can't find something I want, I've taken this step of, I'm so stubborn that I will just do my best to make it myself. And that's where the command console came from. I was like, this would be cool to have something that I could just put in there and, just leave on and have some animation and things. And, so I dove off that cliff, and this was kind of like, I want to put some more stuff around it now that, what I don't like putting in my shelves. I don't like putting lights in my shelves. Even though I did, it's a huge pain in the ass. So I was like, what if I just put some RGB lights in some diorama pieces? Yeah, that would be cool. And then I got to thinking about how, I could do some flexibility with doing this connector. So specifically, the connector is right in the middle, which gives me easy access, top or bottom, for this to put more things in it, And so that goes back to it being kind of like a whole system. Is like, I can use these measurements. I can use, the foundational, like the blank that I have design, and then I can just start working on that and just, put stuff in it if I wanted to. So, yeah.
I love it, dude. It's very impressive. 1/6 shooter with the $4.99. Thank you, sir. One thing I like to see is sealing pieces when shooting from a low angle. It is a necessity. I mean, and he's the expert.
And there you go. Is like, you've got, some greebling and some detail on the underside of my floors. So these are intended to kind of, stack up, and you could kind of get, a look like that or something along those lines. Again, it was just about, bringing some kind of in world. I didn't want to leave, a huge angle unfinished,
I love that, dude. Because I need, when my Ian Malcolm is injured inside one of these, I need him to tell you to follow. Remember, he tells you to follow the piping. He's got we floor to ceiling, man. I love that that's set up for that. Fucking great.
Thank you.
Dude.
Thank you. So it's been a lot of fun. And like I said, I get so excited when people, like it, because honestly, as I was making it, I got to a point where it's just like, oh my God, what the hell am I wasting my life on and all my free time? And, my wife was like, okay, you have to stop for today. You've spent too much time on this. And we would be watching movies, and I would say, okay, you got to pause it and rewind it 10 seconds. And I would take a picture of a wall in like the Hunger Games, that I saw as we were watching a movie, and it was like, oh, I got to use that for reference later.
I love that, dude. That's great.
And she would get to a point where she would almost instinctively go, okay, I know you're not looking at the scene that we're watching. I'm going to just pause this and let you look at it for a minute, and then we'll move on, So super supportive, had a lot of fun with it.
Oh man.
Well, well done, dude. Great presentation. This is the way you rolled it out. The way you went through it in a quick way that doesn't feel too cumbersome. Which
well,
I think sometimes
at Joe Fest, I did hear from some of the vendors around me that they got to the point where they could have given my sales pitch for me, should it have come to that, because I got in this routine,
Yeah,
you're excited. So, but I do like that it's very like the product itself is clear. Like it doesn't require that much
not having to worry about like the wires and running something and connecting, or like, oh, I have to screw these parts together to get them to hold up. It's like, no, everything just snap and you're done
together.
Even the power plug is a magnetic connector, like a MacBook. It's crazy. It's so considering the user that it's almost like putting everybody else to shame. Even the ones that are like mass produced, it's just like, no, here's everything is considered. It couldn't be more simple.
Thank you. And I definitely had to think about that. I tried to consider it from every sort of an angle. I've got there's a lot of detail that I'm glossing over here a little bit, but I will say, for example, like these little pins, this little connector here, these have, I'm trying to show it off. These can actually sit down in there or come out. And the idea is that just in case somebody tries to manhandle something and put the polarity in the wrong way, these will push apart from each other to prevent, any sort of, the power going the wrong direction. Or the other thing is if you don't have like a perfectly level, kitchen table or whatever you're putting this on, they will snap out and they will sit proud, so you don't have to have a perfect alignment. I was really trying to kind of think of, okay, what could happen here? What are the downsides? What could, go wrong? And, try to consider all those little details. So, I mean, there's other things, that I try to take into account, like I showed off the vent holes and stuff like that, just trying to go that extra mile to make it to where, it's a product that I want to stand behind. Same thing with the command console, where it's like, man, what could I think about that's going wrong with this? And I went through so many iterations of it to just try to make it easy,
Yeah.
When you show that command console, I literally heard a collective ooh from everybody in there. So that was next time, Alan, don't cut so many fucking corners. You know what I mean? And we got Needles right here. Super chat, 5 USD. Good morning, lads. Good morning to you too. Needles of Bull Airs. Gary, I think maybe Bull Airs gets one of these Alan dioramas, and maybe you put your shoes in. Alan, you can display shoes.
A shoe would absolutely fit in there. Yeah,
in there. You could do any. Nobody's going to tell you what to do with your diorama. The diorama, once you buy it, Alan's out of your business. You do whatever you want.
That's nice.
No judgments.
That's nice.
Is the point of this?
Huh. Now I got a question. Since this is a diorama, if somebody placed an order and they got it, and then you accidentally sent them another one, what would your course of action be?
Well, I wouldn't threaten them and say you have to send it back or else.
That's weird.
I wouldn't send like some weird secret agent security group to their doors and anything like that. No, I would be
you're saying you do not have connections with the Pinkertons.
The Pinkertons and me, we have a history, but it's on the wrong side of that history.
Oh, okay. I like that.
There you go. There you go. Alan, we're making sales for you. He says, just get me connected. And I'll make it. There you go. That's Gary, I'm serious.
I'm easy to find.
Bull Airs. I want to see a Bull Air shoe in one of these amazing dioramas. So there you go. Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, sold.
You could put little Chuck E. Cheese guys in there. You could put little dinosaur guys in there if you want it. It's going to work for everything.
Gary, he knows your whole arsenal, man. You got to buy one now. Come on, dude. Bull Airs is fucking rolling in it. They can buy it. They can buy two.
Yeah,
dioramas.
This has come from the guy that is like probably the number one NECA TMNT turtle collector, so he needs a Technodrome, and he's gonna clear. I'll buy one of those for my Technodrome.
Was Gary in the room just now?
Oh, sorry, that was just me pretending.
I mean, that sounded like the Edgar in the skin suit.
Yeah,
almost.
that's weird. I hear that a lot. I don't
was-
know why.
Yeah, Gary took a lot of inspiration from Edgar. So yeah, oh, there you go. There you go. Another $5. Just laying it down.
Just look at Gary just coming in being like,
I'll make it happen.
I flew first class. I'll buy a diorama. I'll spend all the company's money. We're gonna Bull Ears isn't even gonna be around next year.
Yeah,
it's like bleeding them dry.
Otherworldarsenal.com. Come on over. We're happy to see you. There you
go. Gary, reach out. Otherworld Arsenal, or you're on Instagram, I assume, Alan, right?
Yep.
And you make it happen. Gary is verified on Instagram, so you get a nice blue little check box, and he's going to say hello. And I think that's going to be a great thing. I think everybody should have at least one really cool diorama piece.
why not this one?
Why not this one? Okay, this is a good guy. You make it. I assume you do these for the most part yourself. You seem like you're like a garage type dude, right?
I'm the idiot that decided I wanted to make everything I do entirely myself, and that's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit slow to get stuff out, but I am actively working on things. I've got, like I said, not just a huge laundry list of stuff that I want to do for the sector system, but I've got other stuff I'm working on too. So gotta get.
Well, I'm excited. I'm you won me over within this. I really was coming into this, by the way, completely blind. I prepare nothing. I do nothing. I don't do any homework.
It's really unusual for him.
Yeah, I just roll out of bed and I go, "What is this thing?" And then but dude, very impressive. I need me at least one of those corner pieces with the console for some sexiness. Very, very fun. Speaking of great, can we submit John? What's going on? John, we owe a few F yourselves, by the way.
I know.
Alan, I don't know if you want to do one with us. You're a shelf expert, so
I am down, man.
Maybe we piss on some people with our words, not with our actual urine. But
although I'll feel bad because I'm wearing my company shirt. I don't want it to feel like, oh, Otherworld Arsenal is saying your shelf sucks.
Well,
just turn it inside out or something.
Well, no, here's the thing. Like, the rules are to F the shelf. So if you're wearing that and you're just being nice, people are gonna think you're a fraud or like a ugh.
Yeah, you don't want to be conflicted. Yeah, Alan, you want to make sure that people know that you're honest even when you're saying negative things. And there you go. Needles DM sent. Needles, there better really be a DM to Alan because I think he deserves it. He's working so hard. He's got his wife. She's kind of on the fence. Like, Alan, will this relationship work? This is very dependent on the sales that he makes here.
You have to make some money for me to believe in you
for another month, I think. No, I'm joking. Your wife sounds like a lovely, very supportive, very good to have a supportive partner. I'm a big advocate of that in your business. Okay. So with that being said, all right, everybody's been waiting for this. Everybody's been wanting. I don't know. We skipped it a few times because John is just too cool for the room. But let's go. Let's fuck somebody's shelf over.
Look, I know I've said this before, and eventually one of these days I'll do it and remember to do it. It doesn't seem like there are enough names on this based on the names that we still have left on the well, maybe
double names
right there.
No, I think I'm going through here. There aren't that many. We've gone through most of these. There are not many people left, and then a bunch of people that like submitted themselves more than once. So I think this is pretty good. So anyway,
you guys did F my shelf a while back. I don't know if you remember that.
I think so. Yeah. I think shortly after I think shortly after I was on your live stream or something.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Little Bean Boy. See, this one actually seems familiar. No, but we haven't done it. Okay. So Little Bean Boy. What a great name.
Well, Ohio Gozaimasu is saying I'll be on the wheel one day. Maybe, John, are people submitting and they're not? But just by submitting, you should be on the wheel.
Yeah, if you fill out the forms in the
if you fill out the form and you send us yourself, you're on the wheel. There's not an extra step to get on the wheel. So
yeah, I don't like. Yeah, you just may not have submitted, or you submitted under a different name because I do not have Ohio.
Yes. Follow the description in the live chat. John always puts the description of how to submit an image F yourself. Let's get some. I know that there's a lot of people who want to do this, so submit it to us. We put it on the wheel, and look, there's not that many options. You probably have a better shot now. So there you go.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah, it's your fault. It's you. You're doing it wrong.
All right, so here we go with Little Bean Boy. Also, I'm gonna remove this and hit save, even though
already this is gonna be a problem. Already.
Wait, Flip Hat You?
Flip Hat You.
Flip. You had one shot, Little Bean Boy, and you and we're already confused.
Yeah, we're already what's the Walking Dead door?
Yeah, is this Flip You Hat in you?
Flip You. Oh, maybe okay, yeah, maybe it's like Flip You Hat and Nostalgia on and you.
Yeah, I got it. Somehow he wrote in a photo with a crayon, but that I guess is an @ symbol. Although it looks like Hat is pissing on right into this little cup.
Yeah, Alan, let me ask you a question since you're the guest. And I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna, but I just like, and be honest, okay? You're obviously a premier diorama maker. Could even your dioramas help what's happening here? Like,
well,
could
I think you're missing some of the subtlety. So he's got like Man Thing, or no, that's not Man Thing. That's Violator, isn't it?
The sun is so.
Yeah,
I was thinking it was Man Thing, who was like, the king of the green, and he had a plant going down in there, but that's not the case.
No.
So
no, this is.
I mean,
John, I think I remember like why we stopped doing F yourselves. Like, I think,
yeah, you go for a few months, you have a lot of fun, and you're like, man, you remember that dude's shelf, the ET, the depressed ET. There's like the moments of like great joy that come from it, and then you get to these things, and you're like,
yeah,
the best part about it was the thing you wrote on it
in crayon.
Yeah. Alan, I don't even think one of your dioramas could save what's happening here. No offense to what you do.
We could certainly give it the good old, this needs an elite bundle.
Let's say, yeah, if you want to maybe have potential shelf presence, you need the elite bundle.
Yeah, you got to get the Little Bean Boy. The elite is probably the only way. I mean, this is rough, dude. First of all, very I had to run theater when I was in high school and help with that. And rule number 1, you don't face the audience. So you don't turn your back to the audience. So already this dude right here committing a faux pas is in terms of your shelves. I don't know what Spider-Man is doing. Is that Ripley? I don't know, John. I don't know what's happening here.
It's Ash, but at least, yeah, you understood enough that this is an alien movie scenario. Which
I can't even picture the story that has these guys colliding, and then you've got crayons on the ground. Maybe it's not crayons. Maybe it's blood.
Oh, okay.
Does that make it better or worse?
Yeah, there's something a little threatening about that.
That red.
Yeah, that's you know what I think would help this shelf is fire. Like just fire. Just set it on fire. I do also want to plus our friend right here, member for 28 months. I know this guy, Ramen Toy, repping hard. He's saying hello, Alan, Mr. Nostalgia, and the pizza delivery man. Alan, do you think maybe some kind of diorama in your future that's like a pizza? Because a lot of people, obviously, handsome pizza delivery man sort of taking over the toy world. Any kind of diorama in the future that maybe you could see handsome pizza delivery man fitting in, like maybe just for him, maybe?
I don't think handsome pizza delivery man needs any sort of a background. I think he will elevate a display all by himself, which is my kind way of saying hell no.
You just we'll cut out the hell no part. I like the part you said before that.
Okay.
But
I'm down with that. All right.
yeah, nuke it from orbit. It's the only. Yeah, that was pretty bad, John. There was plants it was like next to a sunny window, which is gonna ruin your figures. Like that's yeah. Like, do we even want to do? I guess John's doing another one. Let's continue.
We owe it to the people. We did it. We took a couple weeks off because of real shit experience.
Yeah, we're doing this for you, people.
Like what we just saw, which was a real shit experience.
Yeah.
He said, and it said F you and me, but he really was like effing himself by submitting.
Yeah, it was might have been the worst one that I've seen.
Don't dead open inside.
That's it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Okay.
And now we're in trouble because we're
all right.
F a shelf. All right, we'll find it.
Yeah. Alan, I think as our guest, that one was just like, that was a rehearsal. That was, I don't even consider it. But as our guest, I think you should go first and go hard.
Well, I mean, you need to just fill this with a sector system there. Just throw everything else out. It's not working for you. That whole lighted case just needs to be full blown, a huge sector system. And you're golden, man. You need literally nothing else. You don't even need to put figures in it at that point, but you could. I'm giving you that. You could put some back in. Was that good? Was that good?
So. I think you're. I like that you have a salesman approach. That's very smart. You know what I mean? You don't want to shut the door to a good sale. I like that.
I'm trying.
This is kind of this just falls into the category of what the fuck is this?
John, I think I know what you're gonna say, but what is that? Can you zoom in?
This is our submit. This is as far as I can get. Our submitter has shared a photo of himself with I guess
a Hatter, a Mad Hatter,
statue. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
trying to ingratiate himself to you, Hatter. I mean,
I don't like that. I don't like when you don't grease the wheels. You got to show up on it. John, were you going to say that this is like you go into like Little Tokyo and you see like a shelf and they're selling stuff?
Yeah. This isn't this is a store.
I agree.
I think this is a bit. If I can, I'm going to go down the path of some movie reference, some Home Alone. This is that door there. That is trapped. That is booby trapped.
Oh yeah.
You walk in that door and all of those boxes that are right there to the left of it are going to just fall down on you.
Right.
Yeah.
That sets the alarm off. You've been damaged by action figure boxes. And that's just it. And then there's some the guy's obviously named Kevin. So he's just back there with his maniacal cackle,
Yeah.
I mean, those boxes are genuinely going over, right?
Yeah. Grandma just comes in. She's like, Kevin, and then like all those NECA boxes just topple. Oh God, yeah. And then you killed Grandma.
Yeah. Sweet inheritance.
Exactly according to plan.
Yeah, and it's almost like. You got this on the door. I thought maybe this was I think you're right. This is a booby trap. I mean, it might still be a bathroom. I thought maybe this was like, because it's obviously a store, that this was it's the restroom. And then instead of having like a male, female, or all genders sign on there, they just put Deadpool. And it's like, oh, so it's a guy's. And it's like, well, it's Deadpool. So maybe not. That seems like it. So I don't know if this is the right. And then you just like hold it until you go to the next place because you're afraid to go in.
Yeah. It's I also it makes me think it's a store because it's like you have the boxes all over the place ready to sell the stuff that you're trying to sell in the shelves. You know what I mean? Like it's like, you go, hey, I like that turtle. Let's go. And you go, oh, I'll wrap it up for you. And then you grab one of those boxes and you put it into this. So yeah, a very store like appearance. If I have to, if we have to give it something, and there's just so much stuff. What is that at the top left? 80. Like what is that, John? I don't even know.
Half a clock.
Yeah.
You thought, oh, it'd be good to have a clock in here that I can read, but then it's going to be hidden halfway behind a box.
Hide it behind the boxes, so I don't.
I only know what hour it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a promo for a store, and I don't like. I think we're gonna have to not only F his shelf, but maybe ban him from the channel because, like, this is we don't like when people promote their stores with their F their shelves. Do you know what I mean?
Good point. Yeah. It's like really taking advantage of something that's supposed to it was really built for fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're just trying to have fun. We're not trying to like promote ourselves, other than like Alan, but we brought him in to promote himself. So,
and I know more than a lot of people from experience that even when you let somebody know that there's going to be a sponsored segment in a video, people don't like it. So when it's a hidden sponsorship, it's a real problem.
Yeah, it's a real
and again, you can get yours at Chevy 64. Shop at their store, get 10% off using Hatter Nostalgia for any online orders.
John, so people need to we got to start having a code for people that's like you and my name combined. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that we're one like when Deadpool combines with Venom. You know what I mean? Like we need like one of those.
Yeah,
Hatter Unboxed.
Who's on the outside? Which one of us is the symbiote?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. Well, it's like you with my hat, and yeah, we'll figure that out. Let's. I think we gotta wrap it up here, Alan. Very impressive stuff. I was going in as pretty much as clean as anybody can be. And now I'm like, I need one of these in my life. And I think the chat agrees. We need more as we continue on with like this action figure journey. And we, obviously there's plenty of things to get, but shelf presence and the way something looks on a shelf is also very, very important. And I like that there's people like you that are like taking it like deathly serious with all the little, like even that shit that you fucking were talking about at the side of the wall with the little thing that pops out. I mean, like, I love that, like, there's somebody that's out there thinking of all these little things, because these are things that you will not get with the big boys. Hasbro's not doing this. NECA's not doing this. Those companies are making figures. It's up to really independent people to make the shit that's like around your figures. They're, other than their custom things that they have made for their booths for Comic Cons, they're not making this shit, and that's not something that they sell anyway. So I love that you're doing this, man.
Thanks, man.
I wish you all the success, man.
I really appreciate it, and I want to thank you guys for sure for having me on. Johnny, a while back, I had him on Action Figure Alliance, and one of the things that he was saying was, you got to get yourself out there. And so, it was a constant stream of emails to John going, dude, I'm not going to let this go. You need to have me on your show. It's not going to happen. We live in the same city. I will run into you at a restaurant, and then it's over, And so, mild threats made this happen, but
there was something about somebody wearing skin, but I just kind of skimmed. AI summarized it, so I don't know what it said. But yeah, no, we had, look, there's a lot of stuff that's happened this year. San Diego, aside from that, I can say that like we've been having a lot of issues with our cats the last few weeks, and it's been miserable. So, yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
So it seems to be going around right now, which is not fun. So there's just a lot of other stresses and things. But I think today, all things, just like us getting our most recent cat, all things happen at the right time for that thing to be the thing that happened. Yes. So
I know what you mean, John. I mean, kind of.
Yeah. I read it on my fortune cookie.
Devin put it down there in chat. You heard it here, folks. Don't take no for an answer.
That's right.
No,
Which reminds me that if you DM me on Instagram, I do not see those things, which is why my Instagram says don't DM me. Email for business inquiries, which you already have my email. But I just mean like I get it endlessly from just regular people, which is fine. But then there are like the business side of things that like try to go through, and it's like, no, I'm not looking at that stuff,
Yeah, but why won't you? Why do I have to, when I want to talk to you, DM your business email?
Yeah.
Like, why? I'm asking, why can't I?
You guys coming and everybody coming into the chat and having a good time. Obviously, support this guy however you can, even if that's just. Do you have Otherworld Arsenal as an Instagram, or is it?
Yes, I have Otherworld Arsenal pretty much all over the place.
Okay.
There's a YouTube channel where I've made some commercials, or I've tried to. So if you wanted to see some stuff there, some of those are definitely linked off of the website. I'm dipping my toes in a little bit to the TikTokness, the TikToks, but so far, I don't know. It's awfully loud. It's like in your face. So I haven't gotten used to that yet. But yeah, I'm all over the place, man.
Yeah, that's like a different skill set. So yes, follow. Jeez, Otherworld Arsenal, and yeah, get yourself some dioramas and some little screens, and have fun with your figures. And I think that's it. I think we had a good one. Yep. We have some shelves. We talked about some beautiful dioramas. We talked about Super7, which Johnny loves so much. Johnny is going to be buying all the Invincible stuff. And we talked about Brian Flynn. Okay, we love Brian Flynn. Hey, I wanna make. Why can't I make a Raphael motorcycle?
Rocky, people don't want to pay the price for a bike.
It's gonna cost $150. I think that's a good price for a bike.
People
right?
don't want to spend $150 and then spend $70 on a toy.
But the renders, anyway. All right, ending the stream. Bye, everybody.